And we are back.
Hi, back. I'm Dad.
I'm entering my Souls NPC era. I want you all to get me a very specific item. And I'm going to go somewhere else, and then you return it to me, and then the next time you find me, I will just be splayed out on the ground with blood all around me.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, we need a
Well,
soapstone.
I did light a bonfire this morning, so I think it's like a save point situation, right?
Let's go.
There is the spell Create Bonfire, so I can in fact believe this to be true.
Would that augment the resurrection spell?
I will not confirm nor deny that, but you can certainly try.
So what I'm hearing is we're going to need a druid, a bard, and a priest.
Well, you
An
have
old priest and a
We
young
have
priest.
You have two of the three.
It all depends on who dies.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And one of the five of you also knows a priest, so technically.
I am an old priest. I know a young priest.
You do. That you do.
Meanwhile, Branson just doesn't realize that he's the priest, and everyone's just looking at him. Oh no.
Yeah, but you don't know resurrection.
True.
You don't even have revivify.
I
Listen.
think you have the level. I just don't think you have the diamond.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, that's what I'm getting at. Is like you have the spell, but you don't really have it because you don't have the component.
Yeah. Branson's still getting over all of the third level stuff he can do and coming to terms with other things like, my god, you sent me on a quest to kill undead. Why did you give me animate dead?
You know?
Shits and gigs.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I mean, if
Speaking
you
of
told me
shits
that-
and gigs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, you can say your thought.
I was gonna say, I know my gods, MO. They would do that.
They totally would. They totally would. But speaking of shits and gigs, why don't we start going around the horn?
I'll do it.
Hell yeah.
I'll elect Leah to go first.
Hi, I'm Leah. I am elected to go first, and I'm gonna elect Kaz to go first.
Oh, we're doing that. All right.
Okay, fine. You know what? I'll go first. Hi, I'm Kaz. You can find me on Instagram
The
and Blue Sky.
bravest soul.
As Catastrophe. Shut up.
Yes,
You
sir.
can find me on Instagram and Blue Sky at Catastrophe Cause. You can find me on Instagram and Blue Sky at Sarcastic Vision. I am doing all sorts of things and not a whole lot at the same time. I don't know what I'm working on. Follow them and find out. Anyway, you know what? We're gonna circle back to Zan. Zan can go next.
Hey, that's me. You can. Do you like TTRPG content? I said combat. That also might work or be relevant. But
Yeah!
you can find more of that tomorrow. Twitch.tv/AnalystGrim. Where we're going to be doing some more Stalwart Souls. Then Tuesday, Twitch.tv/Distortion Devil. We've got some more Vacant of Ruin. Then Thursday, Twitch.tv/Monty Glue for some more Dungeon of the Mad Mage. And then Friday, Twitch.tv/Distortion Devil again for some more Cazador's Guide to the Cosmos. With a few lovely people in this call, in fact. I've got other stuff going on and cooking, but it is still either under wraps or under works, so I can't post about it yet. But everything I do and when I do it is over on my Blue Sky at Nameless. So if you want to follow me there, that's great. If not, then you can follow Skeleton Alpha.
Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Scaly Alpha. I can be found on Twitch and Blue Sky under the same names. Currently labbing out the next schedule. We got some fun collabs coming up to occupy time as I continue the hunt for more D&D games to play in at the moment. The only thing that I got going on besides here, obviously, is I have Thursday. I run a Paper Mario themed D&D game, which is on its last 3 episodes, and then perhaps we'll see another campaign spring up somewhere in the nearby internet. I say, waggling my eyebrows. But other than that, Vintage Story is going to start up on my channel, and plenty of art streams as well. So tune into that if you like any of that, and I'll pass it over to Saris.
Hi, hello. When I'm not posting combat gifs in the group chat, you can find me all over the internet at Tixtixel, where occasionally I post art. What else do I got going on? Well, tomorrow, unless I'm mistaken, you can catch me and 2 other people from this call over at the Amusing Thalia's channel for some more Near Replicant jazz hands. Then after that, on Friday, we've got some more Cazador's Guide to the Cosmos, as previously mentioned. Again, you can find me and 2 other lovely humans in this call, in that same game. You should check it out. Fun space shenanigans. Then Saturday, we got a doubleheader. If I'm remembering correctly, we've got some more of the devil here at Burnout Vaughn's channel. And then immediately following that, we may or may not have something going on my channel. So you should come and check it out if you're interested. But that's all I've got going on in this coming week. So I'm going to dribble the ball to... Leah, have you actually gone yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay, passing.
Taking was volunteered first, goes last, all according to Keikaku. I am Leah. I'm here on Sundays. Yes, every Sunday, whether or not I'm doing this or playing a superhero or running a superhero TTRPG. So if you like superhero stuff, you can find it there. Mondays, I'm streaming video games on my channel, usually Nier or another game with friends, but sometimes other games that pop up randomly depending on people's energy and mood. Tuesdays, I'm generally free. I usually hang out at home or something, but I have been known to pop into a thing on occasion. Wednesdays, it's a very similar story, though I'm currently doing a Barotrauma stream with Gaius. That's a lot of fun. You can check it out at Gaius Ghost Paws. Breathing. Thursday, more superhero stuff. That's on my channel at Amusing Thalia. Friday, as mentioned before, Cazador's Guide to the Cosmos at Distortion Devil. Saturday is another one of my free days. You can usually not find me. Sunday, we're back here. That's all of it. And you can find me here at Burnout Vaughn's channel, run by the lovely Burnout Vaughn, who is the only person yet to go.
Oh. But yes, hi, you've already found me here, twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on YouTube and Blue Sky at Burnout Vaughn, over on Patreon, Burnout's Bar. Yeah, there's a lot of things in the works, some things that may be coming to a certain, like, Tuesday during you, but that's in the future. But hopefully soon in the future. Aside from that, yeah, this coming week we have more of the Devil with Saris and Zako, as, we got picked up by the Yakuza, so, you know... Things are going great at the start of, like, the second episode already. Following that, we do then have our first official episode of Threadbare Suits, where, I mean, if you haven't seen these sessions here, I think you should really check it out. You know, just a giant rift in reality pulled in, space fascists.
It's one of those things where it's a long introductory episode. I will be making sure that if you don't want to tune into the long-ass first episode, that it will be more accessible moving forward.
Mm-hmm. And then, yep, that should be everything for the coming week. So now with that out of the way, it's time for us to play our lovely theme song.
Just
I like that.
interesting fact about
Shay.
bugs. Yep.
Fucking love Shay so much.
That's
We
so
actually
good.
we bonded really recently. I found out that they're a big fan of one of my favorite TTRPG streams of all time, and the stream that inspired me to like learn how to run Monster of the Week games. Found out Shay is a big fan of it, so the two of us were just fangirling so hard over it. It was so nice. Oh, we came back to the stream to that. Hello.
Yeah, we sure did.
I gotta keep everyone
Welcome
guessing.
back. I know, right? So, y'all ready to rock and roll?
Let's do it.
You.
You know how the song and dance usually goes. Who would like to give me a recap?
Nose goes.
I will do it. Or, no, did someone else say something? Hold up knife.
Go for it, Leah.
I volunteer Zit. No, I'll do it.
We're gonna be
I'm
here
killing
all day.
Leah.
Ah!
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, I have been resurrected. It's on topic. Last time, where we left off for the strays who sing and their current companion, we had been investigating a grotto within the Cauldron, a lake in the dread realm of Cardicus. Aboard our vessel, headed by the Captain Festial, we have been investigating the goings on around the cult of no name. After inspecting various corners and sussing out what we could from this mysterious location, we were able to ascertain a few facts. One, this is a location where maybe not initially created, but definitely where certain aspects of the mold and fungus that had been infesting the lands of Cardicus were being propagated and or mutated to affect things in certain ways. Finding that the very physical nature of this cave and cavern had been infested with this fungus-like living thing. We had been attacked and accosted by skeletons infested with it, by chests infested with it, and by the very air itself upon attacking these creatures, finding scrolls and hidden pathways, mycelium, and other such strange amber deposits and black plaque. We have finally determined that this is the location where I believe it was. What was the? I'm so bad with names, but the name of the werewolf, the person who made the werewolf, was it Haley's werewolf? I don't know why that is the one that comes to
The
mind.
person who made
Not the person. It was like it had a. My brain is completely blanking on the fancy name for the werewolf that.
for
even though-
the
Are you
the
talking about
creature.
Carrie's lupus?
Carrie's lupus. Thank you.
So-
Carrie's
the-
lupus.
Carius lupus.
That's it. Thank you.
Yep.
Including the origin location of the Carius lupus, which we have yet to determine where exactly they are, though a few different theories have been posited. And now, with not much left to uncover and investigate within the cavern, we must make a decision as to where we are to go next.
I have a question for you, Leah.
Yeah,
Do you have a die of inspiration?
I have yet to log into the Roll20 somehow.
Oh no.
The amount of
So
times,
let me
I
figure
have
that out real quick.
the amount of times I have or seen other people who have just been on the login screen and didn't log in.
That is literally what happened.
Like, yeah, I've got Roll20 open. Wait.
Okay, well, what do you mean? I don't need to press the actual game that I'm playing in. I'm on the like games screen, right? I logged in, it just didn't click the game.
All right, Grandma.
I'm vamping. Okay, leave me alone. I do in fact have inspiration, though I thought I spent it. It does say I do.
Okay. Well, And I think you might
I
need
would like
it.
to. Does anyone else not have inspiration?
I'll take it as a joke.
I mean,
Because I don't
that's
have
what I'm
any
saying.
sweats.
If you don't have any, I will happily, Saris, if you'll allow, give mine to one of the other party members.
I mean, yeah.
Stolen.
Intercepted.
So, where we paused, if I remember correctly, we paused upon the ending of the conversation with the deceased cultist. You had finished asking questions, deliberated a few things amongst yourself, and decided that you were going to head to the final room of the laboratory. Does my memory serve me correct?
Yee.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That does sound correct.
As we begin, I'm actually going to have us do something a little different. As all of you have been faced with a myriad of different pieces of information, I'm sure there's a lot to think about, and there is a lot of emotions amongst the lot of you. In this moment, I'm going to start by asking you all to make a roll. I would like you all to make me a wisdom check.
$12.
8.
This is a 22.
13.
Natural one.
Does that give you your bardic back?
It does. My own tragedy fuels my inspiration.
College
I
of
feed on my
Tragedy,
own
baby.
cringe.
It's true.
I am fueled by my failure.
I am cringe, but I am free.
This is where I'm going to take the opportunity to ask. In this moment, I'm going to start actually with you, Razvan. Having just finished the spell, having answered many questions, what is Razvan feeling in this exact moment?
A sense of, I suppose, cautious curiosity. He does have a bit of wanderlust that he's trying to keep down given the brevity of the situation, but there is that curiosity or spark of curiosity that's kind of got him looking around much more pensively and anxiously than normal.
And with that natural one with a 4, where does your gaze tend to linger?
Ask me where I put my gaze.
I know, right? On the shelf, of course.
Yeah, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. He's going to be
Is it a
looking
male
over towards.
gaze or is it a female gaze?
It is a ambiguous bisexual gaze towards the bookshelf.
And I'm going to ask you one final question. What do you think Razvan's eyes lock on as his gaze moves towards the bookshelf?
I think what would interest him the most potentially would be a textbook on various plant life and animal life in the area.
You do not find a textbook, but you do find a log. It seems to be due to the nature of this environment, right? It's nothing official, but you can clearly see on the spine of the book Encyclopedia Plantae, Volume 1.
It's It's a log, not a textbook? That means it's like a textbook without any sort of revisions. That's perfect.
Exactly. Nothing in any official capacity.
Then I suppose he will head over towards that book.
You pick it off the shelf. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
On it. 18.
On an 18, what is it that you're looking for? I'll tell you what you find.
Specifically towards the fungal life that it seems to be permeating through not only this dungeon but the surrounding area.
Sure. Sure enough. You find a couple of different things, actually. As you first start with what appears to be an attempt at a table of contents. Unfortunately, it seems to be like someone wrote something in ink and then scratched it out and moved something, like put an arrow to move that it something else is taking its place, and it really does feel like someone was, for lack of a better word, trying to piece things together as they went, right? And you decide to flip over to the section of fungus, and as you flip through, here's what you find. You find a lot of notes on natural species of mushrooms that seem to be native to Carticus. You even find there's like one that's on black caps, one that's on white caps. You see one that are called red speckled caps, and each of them has has an area of Carticus that they've actually been listed with. Like, you can find these here, you can find these in Harmonia, you can find these in Medria. And as you continue, eventually you come across the sketches and listings of both the orange capped and the yellow with orange centered capped mushrooms that you see all over here. And underneath them, the first thing that catches your eye is origin unknown. You then proceed to see a listing of information about where they prefer to grow. Immediately, you notice that it says anywhere, so long as there is natural, organic material. And then that's been scratched out, almost like someone, when someone's writing a paper and they think of a better word. And the word nutrients is scratched in, like, hurriedly, and then circled 3 times. You see, as you continue to read on an 18, information about the spores. While it is uncertain if the release of spores solely contributes to the spread and growth of these mushrooms, one thing is made for certain. Inhaling the mushroom spores tends to lead to illness in the body. In this moment, I ask, is there anything else you wish to look for, or any other information you would like to garner?
I don't think so. I imagine this would take a few minutes, so I
Sure.
don't want to do too much without other people getting a chance to do something.
Absolutely. Understandable. We then move to Lena. Lena, you heard the conversation between Razvan and the spirit. You have had hands on experience with the fungal infested creatures. You have observed many a different thing in here, even without your eyes. And I'm sure Lena has a lot on her mind. What is Lena feeling right now?
Currently, racing through her mind at the moment, although it was so long ago that the results are foggy at best. The steps that got her to where she is now, the revelation that there is a sect of the cult operating within Harmonia, doing something very akin to what happened to her upon asking her question to the spirit, has her a little distraught, and if anything, frustrated, wondering if maybe there was a step that she undertook before she had left her home that may have been like orchestrated by someone else's hand to end her up with them. The moment where you think of a myriad other possibilities of the past, to see if maybe there was a different route that ended her here with this newfound information. But at the moment, she can't see it, but she's looking kind of at her hand and isn't saying a single thing.
On an 8, how does the expression of frustration manifest?
As someone that doesn't emote a lot, a deep frown on her face is present.
You mentioned that she was looking at her hand.
Mm-hmm.
Is her hand simply open? Is she doing something with it?
It is open. I would say maybe once she kind of I guess works the fingers. Have you ever done that where your hand's open and you almost it's not quite a hand stretch, but almost flexing the fingers in and out.
In the quiet amongst the footsteps and the flipping of pages, as you stretch your fingers and wiggle them around, you hear your knuckles crack. And it's a sickening crack. It doesn't hurt. However, it only makes you all the more frustrated and unsettled. In this moment, what does Leina choose to do?
She is going to try to collect herself as best she can in front of her current company.
What does that look like? Oh, I'm sorry.
Um,
I was going to say on an 8, what does that look like?
To her, she's trying to inwardly calm herself, deep breaths and stuff like that, in and out, right? And to her, she probably looks just fine. But to everybody else, she looks like she's anxious and she might have a panic attack.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving right along. Branson, you just watched one of your longest time companions summon a ghost ask it questions, get an answer, multiple answers actually, and then fade. You have fought many a creature in here that, despite all accounts, should be, based on everything you've witnessed up to this point, should be undead and yet are not. Your lantern still unchanged. Only changing in the presence of the ghost that appeared from Rosvan's spell. What is Branson feeling right now?
Branson was already tense because of the air of possibly having to deal with the Carrie's Lupa. But upon all of that, he's very tense. He knows he's probably going to have a conversation with Rosvan about this, because he usually has a pretty hardline stance on necromancy in general, but given that, unbeknownst to everyone, his god recently bequeathed on him a bunch of necromantic spells, including that one, he can't necessarily fault Rosvan, so he's just going to put that to the back of his mind while still being really tense, probably crack his neck a couple times, and then probably start moving towards picking up some of his torches while still being ready for in case anything else, like say the mimics, might still be around.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Will do. That's a natural 2024.
It's quiet. Extremely quiet. On a natural 24, there are a few things that you notice. For one, the flames at all three of the torches in your immediate vicinity are flickering, but with that natural flicker, that stillness that simply comes from burning. Burning without any sort of interruption or disturbance. Number two, you notice one, Leina, who stands immediately in front of you, appears to be distressed. You also notice that Rosvan appears to be distracted, in a sense, as he draws over to one of the bookshelves, plucks a book, and begins flipping through its pages. Number three, you hear the sound of the well, the water moving, and though difficult to see from your current standing position, you notice the giant plant, the Venus flytrap sort of giant plant monster almost, seeming to shift, orienting itself closer towards the well. As for any sort of offensive or aggressive creatures, you hear no sound of clattering of bones. You hear no sound of movement beyond what you can immediately see. You do not smell anything different either.
All right, well then, with that, he'll file the fact that the giant man-eating plant seems to be moving towards the well as a possible threat, but since it hasn't really posed much so far, he'll just kind of log down the back of his head. And since Leina's right next to him and kind of seeing how distraught she is, and how over the course of going through all of this, there's been layers to how much it's been affecting her, and he really isn't good with interpersonal stuff. The best he's going to do, but still try to help, is he's going to reach out a hand and just kind of squeeze the top of her shoulder where there's still actual flesh. And just give her a look of it'll be okay.
at contact with someone else, she will suddenly like jump for a second, like not fully startled, but like suddenly like snapping to attention that hey, there's other people around her, and she'll look up and be like, I I hope so. I have worries.
Branson will just
Remove.
nod and choke up on his axe.
Yeah. We move now um, from the two of you sort of sharing this moment of tension, anxiety, and complex feeling together. Both of you sharing without saying much, without communicating exactly what it is that you're feeling. There is a sense of connection between the two of you. There is a sense of maybe you don't know what the other person is feeling or thinking, but whatever this is in this moment, you are sharing in it. It is simultaneously intimate and separate. And as the two of you shared this moment together, we shift now to Clem. Clem, there's been a lot of information. You have witnessed a number of things that you recognize are, in a word, atrocities, really. And you have learned much about the internal circle, the things that you were not originally privy to, now laid out for you in bones and in paper. Of course, you, much like Leina, recognize that this is not the only lab. And as that ghost fades, the questions having been answered, the conversation having died down between the five of you, what is Clem feeling in this moment?
So I believe the last session, I had been describing Clem acting a little bit differently than the normal behavior and attitude. Primarily, they tend to be kind of even toned and somewhat jovial to an extent, even in sort of more tense circumstances. But the dream had kind of set them off originally, and they were a little bit more pensive. And I think in this moment, the feelings of frustration, of tension, the despondence that they've been feeling is sort of bubbling over. They were having a little bit of trouble last time, sort of containing it, and it was kind of noticed by a couple of other party members, but things happened, and so there weren't really interactions around it. And I think Clem is looking for something to externalize it, is looking for something to focus on, is trying to control the like rage and anger that they have been working for so long to be better about. And in almost desperation, Clem starts to look around, and I think they notice Leina experiencing a similar set. Not the exact same, but a similar process of emotions. And I think Clem starts to, for better or for worse for them, starts to focus and fixate on Leina and Leina's well-being to almost escape from their own feelings in this moment.
On a 13 wisdom, how would you say that manifests as you try to project your feelings outward, detracting, or not detracting, deviating, I'm sorry, deviating your attention from internally yourself to this other person? And I'll just give this to you as well, the person behind her as well.
I sort of look over and I see Branson very clearly reacting with some sort of negative emotion. I don't think Clem's wisdom is good enough to fully read Branson in this moment, but I do think that they are able to recognize the sort of change in demeanor from Branson ever since that the ghost was summoned and the questions were beginning to be asked. I think there are two ways that I could see Clem going with this, and it kind of depends on where you imagine the scene going a little bit, Saris. Is I could see Clem speaking up here and like sort of trying to almost distract from the circumstance and uh, distract Lena and Branson, or if you were imagining more of just like what the feelings are, what the quiet moment is here, I think that they would just like reach out and try to grab Lena's hand.
So here's what I will say. I'm not going to give you a straight one or the other. Here's what I will say. On a 13, being that it is higher in wisdom than both Branson and Lena, you get the sense in this moment that what is not being spoken is a myriad of complicated and likely incredibly mashed and mixed up emotions. You get the sense that despite everything that these two typically hold themselves with, the rapport that you've gotten to know them with, on a 13, I believe, because again, higher than the other two of those, you would find a sense of connection as well, recognizing that the two of them are struggling to navigate internally and externally expressing themselves, as both Skelly and Vaughn described, right? It's not a proper insight check, but I think given the circumstances, Clem can read the room enough to recognize the circumstance. With that, I'm going to leave you to make the decision in which direction you would like to go.
Well, I think I'm a big middle ground bitch, so I think what Clem does is they kind of looks behind them, looks at the other two. They look at Ophestiel, who standing next to the captain, and they would just place a reassuring hand on Ophestiel's shoulder and kind of give it a squeeze, like a encouraging, like you got this. And almost pumping them up for whatever they are about to say, and would set the scene for Festiel a little bit. Lena, Branson, I believe our emotions are all in accord in the moment, and in my experience, it is better than to immediately attempt to delve into them. Perhaps action would serve us better. We have learned a lot about Scald, and while we process, perhaps we, and I look towards Ophestiel, perhaps we await our orders from our captain as to what to do next, and almost seeming to try to direct their attention away from the distress they're currently experiencing. And as they're kind of saying that, they would remove the hand from Ophestiel's shoulder, and they would try to, they wouldn't like take Lena's hand like in hand holding sort of way, but they would grip Lena's arm by the elbow, sort of on the forearm section, and kind of in between, like where the actual arm and the wood arm connect, and kind of give you a squeeze there. Not hard enough to hurt, but like a kind of compression, reassuring squeeze.
Okay. Lena, after looking at Branson's direction, being wordless for a time, will like slow turn toward you, Clem, after hearing what you had to say, and would say in turn, I've got some thoughts to parse out. Thank you. I have concerns about what may be going on now back at my home. And if I ended up being tricked into this path rather than walked it myself. Many thoughts are swimming around. It just takes some time to navigate.
You would not be alone. In fact, Leina, I would say at this point, and I kind of gesture at the group, you are not alone.
Thank you.
And I look expectantly towards Hephaestus.
Yeah. As this sort of unravels, we're gonna shift back time, if not a couple seconds. Hephaestus, there is so much. Where do we even begin, my friend? From this world being tainted by force, nature unraveling itself, harming itself in ways that you have never seen before, that is foreign and, dare I say it, unsettling to you, to learning of the beliefs of these people who have decided to just release this fungus, this mold upon the land without a second thought. All of the different notes, the questions being answered in this moment. Hephaestus, what are you feeling?
He is definitely in a very conflicted state. Everything that they've been finding out that the cult has been behind and everything that they've discovered in this cave have not only brought him to the conclusion that a lot of this feels manipulative, but also goes against everything that he has been taught to believe about how nature works and how the world should be. But more importantly, he's upset at how much this is affecting these people that he's come to rely on and has grown close to. And he looks over at Branson and Leina and Clem, and even a little at Razvan as he's buried in a book a few steps away. And he feels the weight of the situation, and with Clem's assurance, he almost doesn't know what to say. But he will take a few steps forward next to Branson and Leina. I know we're all dealing with some complicated emotions now, and I don't want to suggest that we just bury them and move on, but what do you say let's work on making our way out of here, and we can discuss this in a more peaceful and neutral setting?
There's a large difference between burying feelings and processing them. I am not suggesting that we never speak on this, merely that we allow ourselves to accept it.
Of course. Take the time and try to parse out exactly what you would want to say on everything.
I think that's a good idea. I think we should probably get back to the ship. I'd be worried if something else might try to show up in here, even though it's relatively clear. You never know with this substance.
As oh, sorry, you go first.
Oh.
You go first.
There's still a little bit left to come through in here. If you all think you can handle it, I suggest we do that and we make our way out.
As the four of you finish your conversation, and Razvan, you put the book back on its shelf. I ask, do you still intend in this moment to open up the final room of this underground cavern?
I think in character, if we want to discuss it a little in character, Clem would probably posit it because we would be looking down this hallway, and I think Clem would just point down it, long arm kind of stretching between the group. Down there, I believe I mentioned when we first entered, there was a door we have yet to enter. It is not something we have to do, and frankly, I believe that we should take whatever it is that you wish for research and burn the rest of this place to the ground. But if you wish to be thorough, there is one more location there.
I think it would be a good idea to leave no stone unturned.
It's on our way out anyway, and so far, the more we gather, the easier it'll be to put the pieces together later.
And I still must reclaim all my torches. As Branch just reaches down to the one like right next to him and thaumaturgies out the flame.
Absolutely, you do so with no problem. I will say, with the amount of time that you have been in here, torches last 8 hours, correct?
I believe so, yes.
This the torches that you are collecting now have 6 hours left on them.
Okie dokie.
So just keep a mental note of that as you collect them. And I will say, for the purposes of ease, we're not an initiative, so you're welcome to just move yourselves along the map as you so see fit.
Unless...
Clem...
Oh, yeah, unless that is what I was about to describe, but if you have a question, feel free to ask it.
No, go for it.
I do have a question for you, though. There are lanterns about this place, correct? Not currently lit, but there are.
So it seems. There's also the dancing lights that are currently.
Yes.
But yes, you'd see exactly one.
Okay.
And amongst it, a myriad, as you look up, that you are seeing now, a myriad of human skulls that are held up almost like with decoration. And with the light casting over them, you see many of them have already begun to sprout their own colonies.
I almost glare at the skulls for a minute, and I grab the lantern. Searching the place where the lantern is, are there... usually would be, but also would make sense if there aren't in this circumstance. But are there like other reserves of lantern oil for it?
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Investigation check, you got it. Where's my... Oh, okay. So I didn't close my sheet. I minimized it and then couldn't find the like semi-transparent minimization.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
No sheet for you.
15.
15. Yeah, sure enough. But you notice, and this makes a lot of sense. You notice that there is a single bottle of oil. You would guess it's probably for the lantern, but on a quick glance, it's not like it's labeled. So it smells like oil. Specification shrugs. You will note, though, that it is only half full.
Okay. I will take my singular, and I'll erase it from my sheet, but I'll take my singular oil lantern and the oil from it, the oil from the lantern that I've found, and the reserve oil, and I am going to start just drizzling it all over the various materials back here.
Ah. I would say you don't get very far because of the amount that's in
M-
there, but you
Yeah, with the
do.
amount, I'm more trying to connect the
Mhm.
sections
Mhm.
of burnable materials.
Mhm. I would say with the amount that you have, you are able to get, if you choose to, here to here to here. Come on,
Yeah, the place with
cooperate.
the more research like notes, anything like that, yeah, that is what I am.
You won't be able to hit this. However, you notice that that is pretty. I mean, it's pretty scratched up to begin with. Um,
I'll start kicking some of the materials towards the other sections.
sure, sure.
But yeah, Clem will be doing that for a little bit. So you would, as Clem already said, I think, and we should burn this and would go about it, and unless stopped, would absolutely just be like piling stuff onto the couple places where they've put some of the oil and that kind of thing.
Seeing
I
that,
leave
Brands
that
would
up to
just
the
look
other
over.
party members.
I was gonna say, seeing Clem setting up stuff to burn, Brands would just turn over to Razvan. Razvan, when you found the kitchen, did you see any non-rotted bags of flour?
I think it was rotted, right?
It had not yet been touched. No.
We could double check, but I have not checked everything there. Allow
He'll-
me to head over and check.
All right. He'll nod to you and then he'll turn to Clem. I will teach you something much more useful than baking with flour, but also dangerous. So keep a close berth. As he just nods and starts picking up his torches, and then following Razvan.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check, Rosvan.
Investigation. Why is this not Friday?
I mean, it doesn't look rotted. And it certainly hasn't changed since you last were in here.
I am no cook, so it's hard for me to tell. My palate is a bit more strange than most. Doesn't appear rotted to me.
May I also
What do
make
you
an
think?
investigation check?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. And Rosvan, if you want to assist with the help action, go ahead and do it with an advantage.
He will do so.
Thank you. Double 17, so 21.
On both sides. You, like I said, it looks as though it hasn't. If there are any spores in here, nothing has quite taken root yet. So there are no obvious signs of growth. Though you've come to understand that may not necessarily mean anything, but at current, you don't see any signs of anything rotten.
All right. And would I have found a bag of flour while I was searching in there?
Um, you find a bag of a powdery substance that might be flour.
That'll do. And Branson will just take that, tuck it under his arms, and he'll just be like, "All right, let's prepare to go check out the store." As he just nods to you and like starts heading off ahead, being the usual tank.
While that is going on, Festial and Leina, what are you two doing?
Um, as Rosvan and Branson head off, Lena would look back at the other two and say, "I guess we should probably head back down toward that door. Clem, do you need assistance?"
It almost takes a moment for Clem to answer. There in almost a slightly uncharacteristic display, that you would kind of catch them walking up to this like tanning rack up here and snapping the struts on it and tossing it in, and they kind of pause after doing so, and they're not looking at you. You see them take a deep breath, and then they turn, and the behavior, the like demeanor, is back to how you would expect. No, I can handle this. I believe Razvan is helping me out, and Razvan and Branson are getting me flour. I believe it is flammable. Oh, that is the implication I was given. But thank you. Leina, I do not wish to put you at risk, but I do believe either you or I should be the one to open the door. It is absolutely rife with a fungal infestation, and I worry about the others being exposed to that which we already have been.
She would give you a slow nod, say, I can do it.
If you feel not comfortable, I would be more than willing. But until then, and they just toss one of the like wooden struts onto the pile.
She would look Ophestiel's way and say, I guess we should probably head down there just to make sure it's safer around the entrance.
Yeah, if you're ready.
She would give you a short nod, and start heading that way with her halberd and tote, and making sure, of course, to avoid the moving vines and the large fly trap-like plant. Which I think was like through here. But we're able to move, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, she would kind of like skirt near the well, trying to avoid the plants.
Since you see them, even though, or yeah, you would see them because of your blind sight, and also because Ephestiel has the dancing lights up. You're able to do so pretty decently. Even though at this point, I'm gonna take care of that, but the torches are no longer because they have been collected.
Okay.
But yes, you should be able to pass without a problem.
Alrighty. She won't go too far ahead. Make sure to wait for Ophestiel.
He seems to be following.
Head down to the doorway here and just kind of like...
And I'm taking at least one light with us.
She would kind of like linger near the door entrance and wait for the others.
Now, for clarification, are Branson and Razvan stopping up where Clem is first to deliver the substance, or are you heading towards the door?
I would say Branson would wait, if only just because what we're going to be doing is starting a fire in an enclosed space, so he'd probably wait till we finish exploring before possibly starting a fire.
Okay. That is a logical and reasonable assessment. So yes.
I would, as you're like gathering the stuff, I would look at you and be like, I have a fire starter, so we can exit the cave entirely, and I will still be able to light it safely. Omen here has some experience traveling through flame.
Fair enough. Depending on how stable the ground is, this might just explode the door. He just holds up the bag of flour.
I will keep that in mind.
All right. And as you approach the door, you all are standing and staring around it. 4 of you at least. What do? You do see, I mean, the wood is old. It is covered in mushroom and rot.
Is it the same mushroom that we've been encountering before? The orange and...
It is.
Leina would.
Oh, yeah? Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
You first.
Leina would kind of like move toward the door, not quite touching it yet, but looking at the rest of the party. What say you? I like Clem's idea that either me or them should be the ones to do it, since we've been exposed to this kind of thing before.
So it seemed prudent and makes sense to me.
Brance just nods and adjusts the bandana that he's brought up around his lower half of his face.
Right. Well, if everyone's ready, I'll pop this open, and I guess we should be ready in case something's on the other side. And once everyone's ready, she'll kind of like cinch the grip with one hand, just kind of holding the halberd kind of like at the side at like a ready stance, and will use the other hand to either turn the handle or forcibly open the door if need be.
As you forcibly open the door, I need Ophestiel and Branson to make a Constitution saving throw. Branson with advantage.
Okay.
Leina, you as well.
Okay.
That's a 14.
Yeah, 19.
25.
You all are sick and tired of it. You're well prepared for it as a burst of spores from the absolute jungle of disturbed fungus erupts in front of you all. It is a cloud, almost, disrupting your vision for a moment. As you hack and cough, finally it seems to settle to the ground. And you open up the room. Leina, you don't really see much, but that's because you don't really see much. But as you immediately open up the room, it feels empty.
Hmm.
It is not empty, but it feels empty. There is an atmosphere of feeling of vacantness to this space.
I don't sense a presence in here, at least immediately. It might be safe to investigate. And once the door's cleared, making sure there's nothing that'll bother her allies, she'll kind of like step out of the way for everyone else to go in first.
Branson and Clem, as the two of you walk in, you see immediately 6 beds fully made, pristine. With the exception of the mushrooms that seems to be growing around the frames, the wooden frames, they look unused. Immediately to your right, which would be to the north, you see a gray cloak folded neatly, nicely. On the floor to the southwestern or to your left side, you see what appears to be, to put it bluntly, clothing. Commoner's clothing. Clothing with color. It's dirty and moldy now. You can clearly see the black on it. But it's clothing with color. You see blues, you see maroon, you see green. It's not the extravagant colors that you would expect out of dyes that the nobility or, you know, the clergy use. But it's clothing with color, with livelihoods, thrown into a crumpled mess on the floor. And to both your left and your right, a total of 4 simple, yet somehow still standing wardrobes frame each of the 6 beds.
Mm. Well, this is odd. He says, just kind of gesturing at one of the beds. I believe that this place was full of scholars, yet they make their beds as if they're soldiers. Let's go around, start checking around the beds, seeing if there's anything under the 2 beds near him.
There we go. As you approach the first one, you find nothing. But as you approach the second one, you see what appears to be an old backpack, though it has a couple of mushrooms sort of growing out of the straps underneath.
Okay. He will pull out the backpack and begin sifting through.
You see, first and foremost, a holy symbol. Or at least, at this point, you would assume so. It's a symbol you've seen before. A harp. Silver.
Oh,
With a
it's the
couple of
sign of
strings.
Malil. Okay.
You also see what appears to be 2 torn pieces of sheet music. And a key.
Hmm. Branson will hold up the key. If there are any chests that aren't actually monsters here, we may have something to unlock. He just waves the key over his head. He'll also pocket the 2 torn pieces of sheet music because he knows that they might count as a type of payment here because people are always going for different types of songs.
But unfortunately, that's all that's in that backpack.
Mm-hmm.
While he's doing that, Clem, what are you doing?
Clem is kind of following alongside Branson. They almost tried to step in uh, as soon as possible in order to potentially defend if there was anything dangerous or if the spore cloud was more dangerous. Clem does not trust the way that this place has been and will, especially because it wouldn't be the first sort of secret we've found here, and kind of knowing that a place where people like to keep secrets are near where they sleep, Clem will be doing a couple things. We can count this as an investigation, or it's up to you how you want to handle this. Clem is going to be tapping on the walls, will be lifting up the beds, and will be patting the pillows.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation.
18.
The only thing you find is a singular piece of parchment, but on it you see what appears to be, it almost looks like a little circle with like a line that goes straight down, and then like there are two little lines that form branching off of that bottom line, and then right next to it, smaller, is another circle with a line that goes straight down, and two little lines branching off of it, and there seems to be a line connecting between those two middle lines. And there's what appears to be the shape of a heart. And it seems to have been tucked under one of the pillows.
I will. So, making sure just in my notes correctly, it has 2 lines? 1 line?
A circle, so a bigger
Circle.
circle with a
Bigger circle,
line
got it.
going straight down. And from that center line, there are two smaller lines that branch off from it at the bottom. Right next to it is a smaller circle that seems to be placed on the page a little bit farther down, with a straight line going down from the circle, two little lines branching off at the bottom, and there seems to be a diagonal line connecting the two middle straight lines. And there's a heart underneath.
Does it look anything like the layout of the caverns that we're in?
No, not at all.
Okay. Does it look anything like a potential like map layout of a location?
I'm just going to say this. If you have a scrap piece of paper,
Yeah.
I would recommend drawing it out.
Yeah, I was trying to. I was trying to do it as you were describing it, and I wasn't fast enough. I'm sorry.
You're good. I'll describe it one more time. So, a big circle
Big circle.
with a single straight line going down from the bottom of the circle.
Got it.
At the bottom of that straight line are two little lines branching off at the diagonals.
Got it.
Next to it, smaller, lower on the page, is a smaller circle with a straight line going down. And at the bottom of that straight line are two small diagonal lines branching off at the bottom. Between the two center parallel lines should be a single diagonal connecting the two. And there's a heart.
Does it look like a child's drawing?
It does.
Yeah. I'm going to look for anything else that would identify the person that was keeping this.
Unfortunately, you don't see, even with an 18, any sort of identifiers of really any of the people in terms of like names. The only identifying piece of information you've been able to garner between the two of you of anything in here has been that single holy symbol.
I think Clem would pick up the piece of paper and just be staring at it for a while. Just kind of almost just in the center of the room, just holding it. Not really up, just staring at it.
Yeah. Branson, you see Clem doing that. Ephestial, in direct line of sight, actually, with the door open. Ephestial, you see that too.
Upon seeing that, he's gonna walk in Would you mind if I looked at that, Clem?
Clem, it again, sort of taking a second to respond. Bethestial, what's your passive perception? This is just curious to see how much I give you of the description of Clem right now.
I 15.
15. I think you'd notice just about everything. You know when someone's clenching their jaw so much that the jaw muscles like kind of pop out a little bit?
Mm.
And they are trying not to crumple the piece of paper, but the grip on it with just like the pointer finger and the thumb is so hard that the hand is sort of shaking a little bit, and they don't necessarily respond. They just sort of angle it and hold it down so you can see it.
And I will say his intention with asking was not necessarily to take it or to see it, but was noticing that it was upsetting you and kind of wants to get it out of your hands.
Oh yeah, it's not necessary. I'm not necessarily saying you can't try to take it or that they're like trying to keep it from you. They just sort of angle it in a way that you can see it, and they are very clearly disturbed or upset by this in some way.
So he steps forward a little bit closer and tries to take a piece of paper.
You see the art, the child's drawing.
I know this probably won't mean much now, but we could always try to at least recover this out of here before we do any damage.
They're likely both dead.
I know that. I was thinking more of like a peace offering.
Families, Festiel. Whole communities swallowed up by this. And I'll be damned if I let them do it again. And they take a deep breath. Pardon me, I should step away. And they hand it to you and walk out the door.
Leina doesn't particularly say anything immediately, but you can notice like Leina's head like swiveling, like watching you as Clem like leaves the room.
They just sit down on a rock, start breathing, trying to control their breathing, trying to regulate. Omen would kind of climb up the stone and crawl onto their shoulder, and they would give Omen a little scritch under the chin.
Branson would see this, but Ophestiel takes a moment and he kind of wipes his eyes and folds up that little piece of paper and sticks it in his pocket. Let's make this quick, okay? And he's gonna start rifling through this dresser.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
A 14.
Yeah, absolutely. So, on a 14, the first thing that you find is a flute covered in mold. Is a wooden flute. The next thing that you find is you find a small coin pouch. Has about 25 copper pieces in it. You also find what appears to be, and it's not ornate. It's not something expensive, but you find what appears to be a necklace, like a string with a wooden medallion hanging off of the string.
Is there anything on the wooden medallion?
Yeah. You see what appears to be a wolf skull on it. And what you would recognize, having spent enough time here at Fastial, it's the same wolf skull that appears on one side of the coins that you've been using here in Cardigus. And as you flip it over to the other side, just like a real coin, you see the carved man of a face, or face of a man. Wow.
Man of a face.
A man of a face.
Man of a face. Face of a man.
He'll probably take and pocket the coin pouch if it's not covered in mold.
Yeah. It seems to be like one of the few things that are not like visibly covered in mold.
Yeah, he'll take that and pocket it. And kind of abruptly dart across the room and do the same thing in this other room, or in this other dresser.
I'm gonna carry over that 14. You see in here blankets, cloaks, clearly things for winter wear.
Have we established what the current season is?
You haven't asked, but I can tell you.
Yes, please.
Late spring, early summer. At least that's what you, Ephestial, would gather, having been in these woods long enough. I don't know as the rest of the party, except maybe Clem and Leina.
I was gonna say, I feel like Clem
Yeah.
would know.
Clem
Absolutely,
and Leina would
because as a
know.
gardener, Clem would know the seasons. Yeah.
Clem would know by state of plants. I feel like Leina, you would know by temperature and a lack of snow. But as for Branson and Rosvan, they wouldn't necessarily have that immediate know-how. They again, it's just obvious that there's not snow on the ground, and it's not cold outside. But yeah, that's what you find. Cloaks and blankets. In this moment, Leina and Rosvan, what have the two of you been doing?
You can go first.
Okay. Leina, honestly, while worried about the thing swimming around in her head, hearing like Clem's outbursts and seeing Roswin outside, she's actually a little concerned about how they're doing now. Almost as if like a not necessarily purposeful distraction, but like the concern of her comrades is very important to her. And would probably take her mind off of it for just the moment as she kind of like, especially like looks toward Clem's way.
Clem is currently with their one good eye staring kind of at their hands.
There would be a like the sound of like boots scuffing on like cave floor as she takes a step or two closer toward you.
I don't understand why you're so comfortable with me.
Why do you say that?
Because I was one of the people who did that to you.
Kind of like frowns and looks to the side, and then kind of like looks back and says, "You're not doing it anymore. People can change. That's why it took everything that I had not to gut that one person at the tree. But people can change."
Not all people. They have to want to.
Yes, but it seems like you did.
Being misled is no excuse. The road to dread is paved with many good intentions.
I think there's a very large distance between doing something because you think you're truly helping somebody and doing something because you know it will hurt them. And I feel like we've seen both of those kinds of faces when dealing with the cult so far.
Then I have a question for you, Leina. And Clem would look up at you. Not knowing that it's not like an eye contact thing, but staring at your face, like trying to read your expression as they say this next thing. What if the people that we're fighting against truly believe that they're doing the right thing?
That kind of thought is what helped me keep that person alive. Maybe they do. But I think they just need to be shown that it isn't the right thing to do.
And if they still believe it is, what will you do then?
I don't know. If there's no other choice, I'll know what I'll have to do. But at least trying my best to give them a chance, I guess. I don't know. Helps me feel better about it a little.
Chance. And how many of those do we get? Who decides how many we get? Many people I worked with were better than me, and they did not get one.
She stays silent for the moment at that question, at at that comment. She's like quietly contemplating something, but is otherwise definitely listening. She will eventually respond with, "Sometimes things, unfortunately, aren't fair."
Clem would just nod.
We should try it every chance we get to be the better people. It's the only thing I can think that keeps me going.
I know you can't see, but I'm nodding.
This whole time she's had a subtle frown on her face. But that comment actually caused like a twinge of a smile to appear.
You're a kind soul, Leina. Don't lose that with what's to come.
I'll do my best. Thank you.
As you kind of like turn to step away, Clem would like almost desperately kind of grab your wrist. I mean it. If a time would come where you must sacrifice your kindness to take a necessary action, ask me to do it instead.
She'll look down kind of at where her wrist is grabbed, and then to you. And then, after a couple seconds, will give a very slow nod.
Clem would let go at that, and then look back down at their hands.
Leina would, after this exchange, kind of like staying near your side for kind of like support, Clem, will also look toward Razvan. Be like, how are you faring, Razvan? Are you holding up all right?
He's got his hat off and has just kind of been reflecting on the situation. It is always a tragedy to see the young, especially, get taken from the world far too early. But it is our job to live on in spite of it.
Hopefully we can do things right by them.
It would be impossible to tell. But we can honor them in our own way.
She'll give you a small but polite nod. Thank you. Your words help in these times. A strange thing to say, I get this at this moment, but you're quite inspiring.
The world is inspiring, Leina. I merely try to give it a voice.
And poetic, too. She adds on.
Captain?
Yeah.
Do we have need to linger, or should we press on?
We should go.
I do have one question above game.
Yeah.
Would me and Ophistial's passive perceptions be able to hear that since I only have one lower than them?
I would assume, I mean, the three of you weren't exactly being quiet. Unless you were trying to be.
Leina in particular was not.
Okie dokie.
If you like, I could try to say a few words. If not, we can move on.
Might as well.
Which, Captain?
Let's say what you need to say, and let's get out of here.
We are the strays who sing. And while it is hard to find a proper word to indicate some tragedy, suppose if the spirits of the dead are listening, I offer this humble song. I know. Do my best to make sure it stays on mic, as Discord tends to eat it up. The minstrel boy to the war is gone. In the ranks of death you'll find him. His father's sword he has girded on, and his wild harp slung behind him. Land of song, said the warrior bard, though all the world betrays thee, one sword at least thy rights shall guard, one faithful harp shall praise thee. The minstrel fell, but the foeman's chain could not bring that proud soul under. The harp he loved ne'er spoke again, for he tore its cords asunder, and said, no chains shall sully thee, thy soul of love and bravery. Thy songs were made for the pure and free. They shall never sound in slavery.
I would say, Rosvan, you would notice that while you were going along with that, very quickly, Branson started humming the tune along with you.
He will take a breath, put his hat back on, and begin to move down the hallway.
As you pass by Clem, you probably would hear just a very soft thank you.
He'll just give a nod.
First off, really fucking great job, all of you. For that, I would like you all to give yourself 15 temporary hit points for the rest of the session.
Awesome. Yeah, okay.
Like it.
As the five of you move, unless there's anything else you wish to do in the laboratory. You move in somber silence, exiting the cave from whence you entered. The cauldron roars once again. Its waves beating against the cliffs, and the water from the waterfall once again crashing down to the ground below. Well, to the water below. Though pillars had crumbled and fallen, the path of twin stones lay before you.
Right. Branson will just, touch the ground and put out a little pulse as do. Where is it? Here it is. Water walk, so that way everyone can get back to the ship without all the pillars.
Sure.
And then he will turn back to the entrance of the cave and just go, "All right, everyone, stay away from the opening. I'm not sure how far the spores will carry this." And he's going to do something you should not try at home, kids. He's going to take a small altair in the bag of flour, and he's going to toss it in as far as he can. As it makes a giant cloud of the flour bursting out, he's going to use thaumaturgy and cause a dust explosion.
Okay. In the meantime, Clem, I assume you return before entering the exit to the lab and lighted a flame.
I actually was going to wait for the dust explosion, and then Omen, who is literally immune to flame, I was going to have carry a burning stick back there and light that all up while we were already out.
Amazing.
And I was going to have Omen, I love this little image of Omen running around with a matchstick in the mouth, lit aflame, just lighting everything that can be lit on fire.
As you as a collective, I assume, return to the ship. Is that a correct assumption?
I believe so, unless anyone would want to stay for some reason.
For some reason. I just want to
God,
check to be
disagree.
sure. Right.
You know what? Suddenly I think we need a
Five
new
of you
hideout.
traversed.
Yeah, can we house flip this dungeon?
You certainly try.
Welcome back to Home Improvement Cardicus. I'm your host, Clem.
We've got this lovely lakeside view apartment. Plenty of room.
Move that boat!
You say that like there is a cartoon with a pilot out called Dungeon Flippers.
Amazing.
God.
As the five of you return to your ship, first and foremost, the smoke does begin to fill up the space. And I do have to request, because of what has been done, 2 different roles. Clem? I gotta double check the numbers on here real quick.
Yeah, buddy.
I need you to roll for me. $10d6.
You got it. Tendies. I love tendies. Oh. That's a 40 cap.
And on a 40 fire damage, I need all 5 of you to roll me wisdom saving throws.
I want to cry. You know, I'm gonna cry.
That-
Wait a second.
That was a 10. I don't know why it rolled twice.
Oh no. Fabulous.
Okay, I'm good.
The most valid. The only one that passes, no, I'm sorry, the 2 that pass are Branson and Nephestial. Razvan, Clem, and Leina, you all take 4 points of psychic damage as you hear the shriveling screeching in your brain. As you begin to hear what you assume is a death cry coming from inside the cavern.
Omen's
That is
good.
Yep, Omen is good. And as the tinnitus leaves the metaphorical tinnitus, because it's not actually in your ear, leaves your head, this moment of silence, lingering. This is where I am actually going to go ahead and call a break.
Alrighty.
I don't know why the way you said that. I thought you were ending the session here. I was like, huh?
Okay,
It
everyone
did have
leave.
that lingering, flowing poetic pause.
I will be transparent, and I was debating with myself if I should do the next thing or if I should call a break here, and I am choosing to call a break here.
Fair
Break
enough.
here's
That's a good idea.
Sounds good.
I will BRB. I need to go get some water.
Hydrate.
Yep, I will BRB as well.
Also, hey chat, I guess I should probably explain what's going on for all of the raiders who thank you all for who is all stuck around. Hi, this is our Domain of Dread game where we are not currently in like Ravenloft, we are in one of the other domains of dread, specifically the domain of Cardicus. We also pass through the domain of the Carnival. So we are dealing with our own specific brand of gothic horror. And if you like werewolves and bards, this might be the domain for you. This is our game that we do bi-weeklies on Sundays, so if you are enjoying it, you can check it out. And all the episodes are up on YouTube since I think Bubba's not here for the moment, I can handle that. Where are you? There it is. It's been so long since I had to do this on my own. There we go. There's a link to the YouTube where I have handy playlists for all the games. And if you like other types of tabletop games that aren't D&D, well, our other Sundays are now going to be occupied with a superhero campaign played in the Mass system run by our good friend Leah, who's playing Clem. So yeah. Oh. But yeah, I've been waiting to do a dust explosion for this entire game. It's one of those few things that I've had in the back of my head for Branson's random practical knowledge set.
Yeah, that's why you got to be careful with flour in a kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Buttons. Sorry. Hi, buttons.
There it is.
Buttons.
Fuck. I was like, I saw buttons in chat. I was like, I was waiting for it, but my brain was not complete without the Zan high buttons.
I don't usually
Button.
read chat when we're gaming.
Buttons rules. Super fun to
Buttons
meet at
does
Anime
rule.
Detour.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I was also with you, Leah, not fully parsing it was a kid's drawing until the third try.
On the second one, I had an idea, like I was starting to figure out, but I was like, there's a chance it's either a map or a drawing. But I had to draw it out. I was just too slow on the first one.
Yeah, I was thinking it was
I
gonna
got
be
way
some
too
kind of...
invested in making that circle a circle.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, my brain, when I first heard it described, I thought the heart was going to be some kind of symbol for the key that I found. So I was just like...
The
oh,
heart
what?
was one of those things where I was like, okay, that could go either way with it.
Yeah, especially with this group of... they want to embrace the idea of a collective consciousness, so... weird symbology. Trying to see here what else I've got going
They're
on.
just gremlin, but you're a fun gremlin, Buttons. Like I just love the bit like people asked you in like the unexpectables like thing is like, hey, why are you called Buttons? And it's like, huh, you'll find out.
It.
I have only seen buttons floating around in various chats, and the warm reception buttons receives. I can only assume they're a lovely individual.
They are.
They
the
were
goat.
super fun.
My
Yeah, I'm gonna
2025 would have been an absolute travesty of a failure were it not for the efforts of one buttons.
That is extremely kind. I appreciate that there are kind people like that out in the world willing to help support others like that. It's very, very sweet.
Yeah, I was much like Yulia, where I mostly knew buttons from going around other chats, but they always seem like good people, and well, now I've got enough people saying they're definitely good people that I know Buttons is good people. But I'm also going to step away for one quick second now that we got some people back in the call. Oh, my legs.
The noise Vaughn just made when getting up, like, sounded just like like the death of a Kremling in Donkey Kong. Just sounded like. I make such egregious use of like the soundboard in the Paper Mario games.
Do you have the thwomp noise?
We don't have the thwomp noise.
What? You don't have to...
No,
vocal
mostly
stems,
because
what
I
the
make that
hell?
sound with my mouth. Rather, I like going. "Arr!" But I have like a lot of the Ed, Ed and Eddie sound effects, a lot of the Pizza Tower sound effects,
I love the
a lot
thwomp
of the
noise.
good
It's my
Hanna-Barbera
favorite
sound
thing.
effects, like.
Damn.
I did find out something fun, which I have told people about, and that is using the teleport API in the modded scripting for Roll20, that you can link a sound effect to when players use the teleport. So I can set up where the pipes actually make this pipe sound effect when you teleport between pipes on maps.
Damn. This is one of my favorites that I got.
Okay, you make that sound like Zan. Like, hang on,
I love
I gotta
Courage
get
Coward the Dog so much.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
good.
best
Maybe
that should have never existed, but I'm glad it did anyway.
cool. Check out this NPC pair from the current Paper Mario D&D game. That's not a reference to anything.
Oh, that's great.
That's
I love it.
not a reference to anything at all.
Muriel.
That's Granny Stew and Brave, the Chain Chomp.
I love it.
Yep, definitely don't see a resemblance.
I am returned.
Welcome back.
All right. What is that? I'm assuming it's a Paper Mario thing, but like, what am I
Yep.
looking at?
You're looking at Granny Stew and Brave, the Chain Chomp.
Definitely not a reference to Courage the Cowardly Dog.
That is a dog. That's clearly a dog. Bark, bark. Bark, bark. Fantastic.
I love the pilot episode of Courage so much.
Yeah, I love Courage Coward Dog, but I'm not going to pretend that chicken neck snap scene did not traumatize me a bit as a kid.
I remember when me and Sprite Star first got to know each other was really well. Was we were bonding over Courage, and they were doing like Pokemon doodles, and then they spontaneously like drew like the Cajun fox like a Kadabra, and it was the funniest shit in the world. Just this wily-eyed Kadabra.
I also just want to say Katz is a top tier villain. I'm glad he recurred.
Oh, Dr. Katz, yeah.
Absolutely.
I've never seen a game of handball have such high stakes in my like entire lifetime or since.
Alrighty, folks. Are we all back?
Yee.
Wait, I'm back.
I am here.
I'm here.
Vaughn, Did you ever get a hydration?
Yes.
Okay. Kaz?
Yeah.
Did you get a hydration?
I've had 2 water bottles and a monster on my table this entire time, so I'm good.
Oh,
Amazing.
and a monster. Ooh.
And a monster.
What kind of monster?
Oh yeah, good question.
Just the zero ultra ones. I normally go for
Are
more
you-
flavors, but Costco didn't have
Are you
flavors.
are you drinking the white monster?
Yeah.
Oh my
I
gosh,
usually
you got
do
the dad monster. Let's go.
I didn't
I
want
usually
to,
do the
okay?
juices.
They made me. They
I usually
made
do the
me.
juice flavors like
Likely
fruit punch
story.
and
Well,
like
I
mint,
get my
Minko.
caffeine from Costco because I'm an addict, and they didn't have my variety pack. They only had the giant box of dad monsters, and so I bought it, but I'm not happy about it.
You were saying, Skelly. Sorry for cutting you off.
Oh, I usually get the like the Pacific Punch and like the Mango Loco. Those are like my go-tos, like the juice flavors.
Actually, my favorite one was that like gold pineapple flavor that they don't sell anymore, and it
Oh, that one was
devastates
good.
me.
Yeah,
So
that
good.
was good.
So good.
So
R.I.P.
so I'm gonna use a pun about liquid death as my way to segue back into the campaign. How does that sound?
Word.
Okay, all right.
Here for it.
Just real quick, since it
Um,
was mentioned, that liquid death lime it goes is so
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah. All right. Are we good to jump back into it?
Yee.
Yup.
Yes. Dr.
Alright.
DM.
Give it to me, Dad.
Well, we return from our break. The first thing I'm going to ask for is a perception check from the entire party.
That's probably fine, right?
What is with my with no bonuses rolls tonight?
Ooh.
Hell yeah, Leina.
Let's go.
I have rolled once above a 10 today.
You did it. You did do it.
Well, no, that was still a 9 on die. Fighting.
Just can't be Zarok.
So, I have to ask. So, Skelly, between
Yeah?
you and me, this is supposed to be a vision-based perception check. What does a natural 20 for Leina look like?
Ooh, maybe Vern spies something and gets like Lena's attention kind of deal. And then Lena like looks through Vern.
Ooh. I don't know if that's picking up on my mic.
It is,
There we go.
yeah.
Thank God. Okay. Ooh, ooh.
You know, microaggression against my people, but that's okay.
Hey! It's an owl!
He's a fella. He's round.
He's a fella! He's around!
He is a fella.
That is your cue. That is your alert.
What is it? She would say, trying to home in on it, and would probably take a moment, I guess, to concentrate like through Vern's eyes.
I am in fact turning the music off for this. As all of your attention, yes, all of your attention collectively shifts as you hear the rustling of branches in the trees above from the other side of this section, this whirlpool. You see from the cliffs above, stepping out from the branches, 3 skeletal heads clacking, shifting, creaking. As emerging from the woods, you see this. You see a lupine figure, a cloud of black following in its wake, as bones from a multitude of different corpses are intertwined together by what appears to be the growth of a myriad of different funguses. Yet with no eyes, it seems to almost search, looking about the place. Its weight shifting between skeletal paws. It almost looks to be sniffing the air. And yet, it does not seem to notice you or give any indication of the such, as little tendrils poke out and writhe. Art credit to Jack Kaiser.
Thought that was a
Damn.
Jack piece.
Mm-hmm.
For the moment, it seems to scan, as I said, with no nose and no eyes, yet seeming to use perhaps its senses, if it even has any, before turning. And as you see the back, the three tails lodged together, dripping in a black ichor, it turns into the tree line. And this is when I ask my party, what do you do?
Above table. Don't like that. Um. Leave it alone. It's not a good idea.
I would say like Branson tenses up, like not sure if they're going to run or flee, and immediately turns to Ephesio, looking like Captain.
For clarification again, are we on our boat?
You are on the boat.
Okay,
You
so
have
we're on
not
our
pulled
boat,
up the anchor, but you are on the ship. Yes.
and we see it in what direction? It's like up on the shoreline.
Yes.
Okay. Mm.
Our kingdom for a set of cannons.
You can talk about this above table if you need to.
Yeah, and the one thing that I could definitely do that would have maybe at least helped us get away, I do not have prepared, and the other thing that I can do is not gonna fully cover us. But that's in the event of let's not expose ourselves to this thing.
Not to out myself again as the Souls player, but come on, we got this.
I can just hear Leah sharpening their serrated blade.
Shame.
The Moonlight Greatsword come out.
Just saying I can take it.
On one hand, leaving this thing out and about is a terrible idea.
Yeah. It's also the fact of if we just run away from it, the chances of us actually finding it again. Oh. And then that's not counting what damage it might be able to do to the ecosystem and the time it would take us to find it again.
I don't want to force y'all into a fight by any means. If y'all want to back out, that is fine. I do think it would be very hard for me to justify in character Clem not going to try to fight that thing regardless of what the rest of you do, but I don't want y'all to like take that as a okay, that means we're absolutely going, because I am totally fine with Clem going, I'll hold it off if you guys get back to Scald.
Because what's going through Lena's head is this thing suddenly came out of the woodwork when that scream happened, so it's obviously directly connected. It could be even like the thing connecting everything together, like on a fungal level. Like this thing's huge and terrifying. Most likely what was referenced in like inside the cave.
I'm down for fighting with
Leina would probably be. Oh, go ahead.
You finish for Leina.
Oh, she would probably just be down. She would be down for fighting it. Like,
I'd say for the same reasons I said, Branson would be down for fighting it. My only thing above game as a player reticence of we'd have to go into this like really go is I've got 4 spell slots max now, and only one of them is well, actually no, 3 of them are above level 1, and everything else is pretty much tapped.
I will say this. Just if this helps as far as resources go. This, while is, shall we say, time sensitive in a sense, is not so time sensitive that you couldn't take a rest before pursuing it. You get the sense, piggybacking since Skelly already made the conclusion, it's going to leave a trail in its wake.
Yeah, because that was my question is I didn't go through a lot of my own resources, so I'd be okay to go in to a fight, but getting like at least a short rest in beforehand would probably be smart.
I think it would be hard for Clem to justify taking more than a short rest. Yeah.
I don't think any of us could even come up with a decent or in-game excuse to not try to go after it other than, hey, it might kill us. But we're also very well aware that it should be stopped, like, as soon as possible.
I mean, I could absolutely see, like, one of us doing the, like, and again, not trying to do the sacrifice thing, but it could absolutely be you all get to Scald and prepare for this thing arriving, or, like, get ahead of it and rest and be ready while we try to slow it down or that kind of thing, if we wanted to go that route. Like if we were really like strapped for the long rest. I know Branson is low spells right now, but Vaughn blowing through spells is pretty common, so I find it hard to. I love you very much, Vaughn. I find it very difficult to justify taking a long rest outside of setting up Branson for a long rest, and that would require Branson to be like, in character, I can't handle this right now.
I mean, I do have some utility with a short rest in that there's a slightly broken combo with harness divine like power, so that way I could spend my
I don't think it's broken.
Yeah.
I think that's the intention.
Yeah, well, yeah, so basically I can spend my Channel Divinity and get it back during the short rest, and I get at least 1 more spell slot left, so I'd have at least some more utility for the sake of. Basically, Branson probably won't be using a lot of offensive spells. He'll be using spells to heal, because the only thing he's got prepared is Healing Word.
we could justify the short rest with us trying to get ahead of it to stop it from like continuing on its path and then trying to like lay a trap.
On the spell slot front, for Branson, Vaughn, have you used your Channel Divinity yet?
No, that's what I was saying. Is I basically with the way how it's rules as written, I could expend my unused channel divinity right now, get a spell slot back, and then at the end of the short rest, I get back my uses of my channel divinity. So
Yeah.
yeah, like
I
I
think
said,
that gets you back at current proficiency a second level slot, if I remember right.
yeah, though all my second levels I haven't used, but it would give me back a first level, which again would give me one more healing. So like I said, I'm fine with a short rest. I was just laying out like what I had in terms of utility as again one of the two major casters here.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm fine with whatever we choose.
I think we kind of in character we can find up with a lot of like we can sort of come up with how we were discussing this, but I think at the end of the day, either Clem or someone else would look at a Festiel and just be like, Captain, what are your orders?
Um, not gonna lie, he looks absolutely mortified seeing this thing in person. Um, but looking to the rest of the group, it kind of takes a deep breath in. If you're all ready for it, I don't think we should let that thing make it very far. What do you say? We follow it?
I would not like to
Captain,
see it
everyone
find.
on board. No, go ahead. You first.
I would not have that thing find any form of settlement. I think cutting it off soon would be in our best efforts, but we should prepare first. As you just see him like tying off his bandana back on his arm.
You're gonna say Roswan?
He will kind of be looking towards the crew before looking back towards a Bastille. I think I speak for everyone on the crew when we say that we would follow you in this venture, no matter how dangerous or how comfortable it might be. But we are all renewed in purpose to try and stop this great evil from committing more of its tragic acts. We are behind you all the way, of Bastille.
Either way you look at it, eliminating this thing is not only good for Carticus and Scald, but in handicapping the cult. Clearly they put a lot of energy and resources into making this thing into what it is. Taking it down might put targets on our backs. But I feel like we all agree that the safety of everyone who is uninvolved is our highest priority. And we can deal with the repercussions later.
You heard the
We can take a
captain?
minute. Prepare yourselves.
And while we're preparing, I'll do one other thing. Wow, I need to just roll a 2.
Mm.
Okay, there. I've got all my hit points back.
Balances out.
Yeah, let's hope karma's on our side too.
And while we're taking a short rest, I'm actually going to use my natural recovery to get my 2 spell slots back that I burned in the cave,
Okay.
which I believe maths out because it was a 1 and a 2. Yeah, so I am back up to full on spells.
Are there any other preparations that you guys would like to make whilst taking a short rest on the ship?
I have a small RP thing after everyone else goes, or not even necessarily after. It could be before, but it would be with our current guest aboard the ship. Sasha, I believe their name was.
Yes. Yes. How about we'll do it after checking with everybody else.
Oh,
Unless
could we real quick level up?
Oh shit!
I mean, you miss all the shots you don't take.
They didn't say no.
not quite.
You know?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Yeah, I thought I'd ask.
Oh man, that would
That's a good
that would change this
question.
fight. That would change this fight so much. I get 2 attacks.
Not quite.
Rosvan is going to be mentally preparing himself for a particularly different fight than he's used to, with this creature being as outlandish as he's ever seen. So he's going to take a moment to share a meal and some water with Yuji.
Sure thing. You find them, actually, honestly, in their cat form.
Hell yeah.
You gotta let me. Hey, roll 20.
Pet that cat. Gotta pet that kitty now.
Roll 20. roll 20. Roll 20. Hello? I'm like clicking their icon and it's not letting me like select it. Hello? Okay, there we go. I had to reload the page. We're good. There we go. You find them in their cat form. They have been actually hanging out in the crow's nest. When the 5 of you board the ship in the state that you are in, they will climb back down, and no, they don't use the ladder. I regret to inform you, Festival, you now have cat claw marks in your mast.
That's fine. She'll survive. The price we pay.
So Festival is doing a natural recovery. Rosvan is mentally preparing himself. What is Leina doing?
Leina is steeling herself for the upcoming battle, and it is like taking a moment to like try to ease tension that was like building up in the cave, and relaxing and basically spinning hit dice.
Yeah, absolutely. And Branson.
Branson, in regards to spinning hit dice, is basically just doing quick bandage on his arm from the mimic attack, and then he's just going to think back, and since he knows that it won't really help him, he's going to just leave 2 things pinned to the mast in case the worst happens, and basically give Sasha and Juji a chance of getting away safely. So he's going to re-nail his lantern to the center mast, and then between the actual circled handle of his lantern. He's going to reach into his breastplate under it. And he's going to pull out Humphrey's cape pin that he's kept pinned under there. And he's going to pin it to the mask in between there as a kind of, to him, like not making a big gesture about it, but to him, basically he's using it as a marker for this is something that I have to come back to. So he's just going to leave that there and then just use the magical whetstone to just sharpen his axe to prepare until we're ready to go out.
Makes sense. And I see. Alright. And then, of course, Clem. You find Sasha has actually been, to your point, Razvan about sharing a meal. Sasha has actually been down in the hall, has been actually preparing a meal for when you all return.
Clem kind of making their way into the galley, kind of give a little bit of a Sasha.
Yes.
I will say, before anything, that does smell amazing. Vistana cooking is something I miss greatly about traveling with you.
It is a small comfort away from home.
I have a favor to ask.
I will try my best.
We will be taking the vessel here to shore in the near future. What it is that we are attempting to accomplish is very dangerous, and should we not return, well, one, congratulations on your new boat, but two, there's a very good likelihood that you remember Omen. And I kind of hold out my arm, and rat form kind of crawls along and kind of sniffs at Sasha a little bit.
Yes, of course.
I'd like you to take care of them for me.
Sasha will look down at Omen, and with this sort of knowing look in their eye, they kind of tilt their head to the side just a little bit and go, so long as they would like to see that happen, I will do my best.
Hopefully it should come to that, but promise that they will be well behaved.
I will promise I will keep an eye out for your Omen.
Ooh. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my internet right now.
Clem is a robot today.
Oh. Okay. Is that you not come ashore? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
You're still
Hello?
roboting a little bit.
You're
Okay,
breaking
one
out a
second.
decent bit.
Strange. Seems like
The boss is trying to stabilize the party.
And then they disappeared. Evaporated off the ship.
No, the mist just took them. They got to meet their god.
Sorry about that. Might have to mute a little bit more than usual because I'm using the other Discord, but I shouldn't cut
Okay.
out as much.
Coming in clear right
Not
now.
a problem. Yeah.
That is good.
Yes,
The-
I
Go
will
ahead.
do my best. I don't necessarily know to what extent the creature will permit it. However, if they do, I can promise to keep an eye out and a watchful hand.
Hopefully it should not come to that, but I can promise if it does, they will be on their best behavior, and they will have me to answer to.
Of that I have no doubt. They offer kind of like a knowing look and a knowing nod.
I offer a smile in return. Now, I believe I should also make sure I'm ready for what's ahead. And once again, it has been a comfort having an old face aboard.
You and me both. Oh, before you go, and they will shove like a couple of bowls in your hands. Help me take these up to the others, please.
Oh, more than happy to.
The food that is handed to all of you is very simple, but it is very good. It is rice that has been seasoned, a little bit of jerky, plus a little bit of additional meat that they had to happen to have on their person. A few dried berries, and a couple of leaves of some sort of plant. Clem, you would probably recognize this as I don't really have a name for it, but it's one of the local edible wild plants that sort of grows around the Sing Song River.
Yeah.
And it has a very pungent smell, but when you taste it, it has the taste of like ginger, some garlic. It's a very hearty flavor. And with that, is there anything else you all would like to do before attempting to shore? I will take that silence as a no. All
I don't
right.
think so.
I think I'm pretty set.
Same.
Alrighty. Here is my question. Logistics. Because you saw it up the cliffside, you recognize that you're going to have to, from your position, you are likely going to have to weigh anchor, and you are probably going to have to climb. We can do this one of two ways. Number one, I will give you the permission, if you want to be creative, to tell me how, what with what resources, materials, what have you, that you choose to climb this cliffside. If not, we're gonna start rolling some dice.
I just have one question. Does the waterfall go fully up to the top of the cliff?
Only on the side that you were at. If you go to the other side where you saw the Carriers Lupus, it's straight cliffs. No waterfall.
Damn, there goes my idea of just walking up, because Water Walk is still up for another, 7 hours. But then I believe that at least Branson has a grappling hook that he could use, so if we could try to secure that, make it easier for any checks.
Absolutely, that would.
Clem would offer to go up first with the reminder that they have the chain ability so that they could potentially, grab people if they fall if they're above and, kind of pull them back up.
Unless anybody has any other ideas, here's what I'm going to say to that. I will negate the use of a roll at all if both of you work together in tandem, both grappling hook and chain.
Okay.
I think that makes sense. Yeah, between the two of us. With the intention of getting... I think it would take longer this route because we would be very careful about getting everyone up one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think we can absolutely. I would
100%.
offer to do that.
Yeah. I'm down.
100%. And you are able to do that with ease. Doing so brings you to the forest clearing, and you are able to immediately, even without your um even without your uh use of survival check, because at this point it is very obvious, right? um you see the ichor in the ground, the wafting spores in the air trailing, even just in residuals. And you are able to begin the trail into the forest. And with that, I'm going to take us into our new map.
I would
Oh
look
man.
across the group as we're creeping up. Which one of you would benefit the most from being hidden as we approach?
I'm not exactly the silent type.
Would anyone like to attempt to? Well, I'm not even sure it uses eyes to see, but if one of you would like to be invisible as we approach, I do have that blessing given by the mists. If no one
Might
wishes
be.
it specifically, Leina,
I might suggest possibly for Ophestial.
it will go away if you attack or use magic, but it could be safer for the captain to be hidden as we creep through the woods.
If
Captain, do you have anything you'd
that's
like to
what you
cast before
wish.
I... It is more if you wish it. I would have put it on Leina otherwise. Having a warrior able to creep up and land a devastating blow could be a boon.
Also true. Uh, most damage I will do will be done from a distance. So,
Leina, if I may.
you want me to...
Well, Captain, which is it? Would you like it, or would you wish me to give it to Leina?
No, I think Lena is a good recipient. I can hide by myself.
Then may the mists hide your step, Leina. I'm going to cast invisibility on you.
Okay.
As the five of you, which you should be able to move your token in whatever marching order you would like to position yourself in, I just kind of put you on the map.
Mm-hmm.
But as you approach into what appears to be the most trodden path, it actually breaks off into two directions, to your left and to your right. You do see the trail heading in one direction, but immediately straight ahead, and what would be to, I'm going to say on the map to the right, you notice almost immediately bones sticking up out of the trodden ground.
Say first, before like examining the bones, Branson would just do a. Since we know that the creature's been walking through here, he would reach out his hand and do sacred flame at the bones.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Do. 3.
Okay. A little flicker of electricity hits it. It doesn't seem to move.
All right, with that good sign, I'd say Branson just move closer to them and do a survival check to see if they're fresh.
Yeah, go for it. Survival check.
17.
They are. Fresh in that they haven't gone through a good chunk of decay, and it, upon a closer look, looks like the flesh was eaten off of these bones.
Okay.
Would you all like to roll initiative again, or would you like to take turns?
Since we're all kind of in the
Go
same
ahead.
area, we'll just kind of move as makes sense. But Rosvan will kind of move up. Do you hear anything? This beast that we track, is it close?
I haven't heard anything, but it's perhaps consuming whatever matter it can find as he just gestures to the half-eaten bones.
Did you get your lantern back?
Because the lantern doesn't work on this thing, since it appears not actually undead, he left the lantern back for Sasha and Juji in case they need it.
Makes sense. Then Rosvan will kind of try and listen out to see if he hears anything.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Soft 20.
It's a lot more difficult now that you're actually in the forest, as these are living woods. Unlike the cave before. However, as you keep an ear out, you do hear the sound of rustling, the flaw in the system, and it becomes relatively clear to you in a very short period of time that you might be dealing with something odd afoot, as while you can pinpoint the direction of the sound, it does not guide you in any such way, left or right, as it seems to be coming from the south.
You can try to ambush it, but we do not know quite what it is. Or we could try to get its attention. Draw it here.
The problem is that we do not know
You
what
mean-
senses. The problem is we don't know what senses it even has or uses. As far as I could tell from a distance, it did not seem to have any working eyes.
Then let us advance forward.
It may sense more like I do.
Razvan, remind me, what is your dark vision?
Rosvan's dark vision is 60 feet.
Okay. Seems like the path goes straight ahead for a moment. You see a couple of rocks, and then it almost to a 90-degree angle. The path takes a sharp right.
Follow me.
What is everyone else doing?
Leina is going to move up and kind of observe what looks like another murky path, like in a cave on the ground.
Go ahead and roll me a survival check.
Win.
Sure enough, it's faded. It's not nearly as strong as it was in the cave, but you do see that sort of stain, and you actually notice you go to touch it, it's wet. Unlike what you saw in the cavern, which was dry, that's wet.
Hmm. She would try to. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to ask you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, goody.
15?
15. Oh. Maybe you shouldn't touch that. On second thought. You're fine for now.
Oh, I love that. Thank you.
This is probably the same stuff. You get that sense definitely, but yeah.
I love that thing. I love that response. That was great. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of like look at it and be like, well, I think I know where it's been. We might be able to cut it off somewhere if we're lucky. Seems like it's went this way. However, she doesn't want to.
It's always interesting. I kind of turned to FS here. It's always interesting hearing someone speak, but not being able to see them.
You get used to it after a while.
As soon as I said it, I figured you would have a response. My apologies, Leina.
That's fine. You can tell she's having a bit of fun behind that. But her boots like clatter on the floor, clearly heading. It looks like slowly in the direction that Branson and Rosvon headed. Not wanting to get too separate from them. I will probably in their turn kind of like right here, trying to be sort of like the middle connection point, keeping an ear out in all directions.
Yeah, and your blind sight makes you realize, oh, those are definitely the bones that they were talking about.
Ugh.
How about my two up at the top? Clem and Festial.
Go ahead, Cass.
Yeah, Ophistial's kind of looking at this trail, pretty much immediately clicking that it was the same as what they found. And kind of knowing that we can use this as a sign of where it has been or where it is on the way to. He's gonna step down here and just glance down this opening.
Yeah.
To see if he can tell like how far it's gone or if it like abruptly turns at some point.
Remind me what your dark vision is?
60 feet.
Give me a second to calculate. Oh, fun. Okay. Interesting. You notice the path starts to turn. You also notice shrooms and some spores lingering in the air.
He'll call out so that Branson and Rosvon can hear. It looks like the creature is veered off to the west. If we perhaps can follow it down south, I think we might be able to meet it and avoid its trail.
Then follow me. Double time. And you wait for everyone to follow him before advancing forward.
As you do, Rosvon, you start to notice very faintly some mist moving between the trees.
But there we have a bit of mist around. We should tread carefully. Then you'll try to sneak by it.
You say you try to sneak by it, but you get the sense as you draw closer to your destination that it actually begins to grow thicker.
And you try and follow the dog leg to see if it just completely blocks off or if there's still a path.
You see, it's odd because while yes, it looks to be a dead end, you do see the accumulation of spores around what appears to be some bones in the ground. But you notice it seems to be almost swirling. Not quite a proper vortex, right? So it's not like dangerous in that regard, but you see some movements sort of coalescing towards a center point.
Rosvan will try to mimic the omen to try and get Clem's attention.
Clem, kind of following along behind Ophestiel, will look ahead and see that and step past. Branson, keep an eye on Ophestiel for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And
Are we able to move out of turn order out of curiosity?
Yes.
We're not really in any
No.
turn order. It's just kind of
yeah, we didn't roll initiative, so we're just kind of moving.
Okay.
What did you find?
I'm not certain, at least entirely. But your trained eye in these matters are far better than I.
Well, trained I wouldn't necessarily agree with, but I will say I have some experience. What? Oh my. And can you just re-describe what the mist specifically is doing here?
Yeah, it seems to be gently swirling, like it's coalescing towards a point. Like actively moving, but not creating like a proper vortex.
Don't follow me unless I say so. And I move towards that point. Like, just very confidently.
Yeah, the mists begin to actually swirl around your legs. Do you let them?
Oh, absolutely.
I need you to roll me a d8.
Absolutely. By their powers, my will. 5.
Okay. Rosvan, you watch as the mists begin to swirl completely around Clem, and in a moment, Clem is gone. Clem.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Actually, no. You respond first, Rosvan.
He's just gonna be kind of whispering out to the mist, like, "Where are you?" But yeah.
The one note I will have made is I would have
Mhm.
left Omen behind.
Sure. I don't believe I have Omen on the map right now.
I just put them on the map.
Amazing. Thank you. You emerge. The mists do not dissipate, but they stop surrounding you in such a way that you can actually see around you. I will redirect your attention down here where you have landed. And the first thing that immediately catches your eyes is 3 blue butterflies that seem to be circling around what appears to almost be like a staff on the ground. It's like a wooden. It's like the size of a quarter staff, but it's this almost gnarly piece of driftwood that has some what appears to be almost like a string or twine wrapped around it, knotted in a braid, and with beads attached to it. You also notice a bunch of gnarly brambles sort of coalescing in an area and a little rabbit sniffing the ground. A little startled that you're there, but it doesn't immediately run off.
I uh, take a deep inhale through the nostrils of the mist and kind of let the kind of comforting, cool sensation fill my lungs. And when I speak outwards, the rabbit can understand me as I cast Beast Speech.
Okay.
Pardon for the intrusion. I did not mean to alarm, and I mean you absolutely no harm. I am merely following a lead.
You can talk.
So can you.
It kind of like makes a little squeak noise, the way that rabbits do.
We are both of the land, and therefore I am lucky enough to be able to converse with you. Now I know something else as well. There is great danger nearby. Someone as keen as you may be able to point me in the direction, yes?
It kind of just like itches its ear, like it's waiting.
Would you know where the wolf is? The wolf that is not a wolf and is too large.
I am gonna roll. That's a natural 1. No, I don't think I've seen anything by that description, though I've seen some dire wolves around, though they've been really quiet lately.
I would stay particular clear of them. I'm sure you would otherwise. But, and I look around and I kind of close my eyes and I feel where they are. They're just out of my range, but I do feel where they are. I'm not approaching you for any danger, but, and I point behind me, I would move in that direction to stay safe.
Done deal.
Travel well, friend. If I see you again, I shall say hi. As I move to the edge of the woods, I can just feel my connection with the Omen re-click in.
Mm-hmm.
Let the others know it's safe, and let them know that I was able to travel via the mist, but it will depend on them whether or not it shows them the grace it showed me.
I can do that for certain. Razvan,
Ugh.
hello.
Omen?
Yes.
I do not believe we've spoken before, but hello.
Hi. I have been in contact with Clem. We should be able to move, though it is difficult to say where. We are at the Mist's discretion, but they are safe and they are elsewhere.
He'll nod. Suppose we'll try the other path then. Thank you.
Of course. And uh, Omen will then reach back out to you, Clem.
Message secured.
Are they following me, or are they taking another path?
That's a great question.
What is the plan?
Well, first off, Roswell's gonna head back. All right. Let's play a little nervous game of good news, bad news. The good news is there might be a path that doesn't follow the stains. Bad news is it goes through the mists. Further bad news, Clem is also went through the mist and disappeared.
Uh-oh.
I think Omen would tack onto that, but they are fine.
Also, good news, Omen can talk.
I have spoken once or twice before, though more to the group, and it was in my raven form.
Yes.
Ah, you assumed it was because I was a raven I could speak. That makes sense.
I vote we go through the mists. That way we are not separated.
I'm for this plan.
And I shall see you behind me. And Roswell's gonna run into the mists before trying to high-five a random collection of mist.
Sure.
Nice.
Roll me a d8.
Uh-oh. 3.
And Ephestial, just as you peer around the corner, you see Razvan disappear into the swirling mists. Give me just a second. I am going to reveal for you. Razvan, you enter into a new space. Roots and vines growing wildly about you, and you hear the sound of running water.
Well... Fuck. And I'll wait for other people to do their thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Omen, you would feel a small tug of Hestiel as Omen climbs onto your robes.
All right. Who's next? Who would like to act?
I'm scared, but I'll do it.
I see a Festial thinking about it. Thinking about going in the mist.
Hello, I was talking
Hello.
and I was muted.
Oh no!
Oh no.
I wondered.
Every time. Yeah, Ophestial will approach the mist and having kind of a new resolve towards it after meeting Clem and kind of getting their perspective on it. He'll just close his eyes, take a deep breath, and slowly walk in.
All right, roll me a d8.
Does
And
Omen
Omen's
have to
with
roll a
you.
separate D8? Yeah.
Nope.
Okay, cool. I was like, Omen
Omen
is
is
a carried object
on.
right now.
Yeah, Omen is carried. So Omen is going with the Festial.
Good. That is what I wanted.
Amazing.
Amazing. Welcome to the party, pal.
Yes.
As the
Nailed
mists
it.
coalesce around you, and you find yourself in the company of a rabbit, Clem, and a few blue butterflies that seem to be fluttering around this. What almost looks like a quarterstaff laying on the ground.
I love the idea that Omen would take credit for this. Omen would just be like, I
It
brought
would.
you Festio.
like, like I'm the one that walked in there, but okay.
Yes, but this was all a part of my plan. You do see that, correct?
Yeah, Omen
Oh,
is the master.
you are
girl.
so clever, Omen. Yes.
Thank you,
Festio, I was
thank
going to
you.
bring you this staff, but you're here.
Yeah. He approaches the staff. You know, Branson told me something about butterflies circling objects before. I think it's a sign of death.
There was some about the flowers at the grave in the village. They were also all around the Mikelra. Or the Mikelberry.
As you say that, I would like you both to roll me a survival check with advantage.
Yeah, that makes sense. Would nature make sense here for Clem? Or would it be strictly survival?
You can do a nature, but survival is going to be a lower DC and it's going to get you different information.
I will because I think it makes sense for Clem. And I'll even forego the, to arbitrate it, I'll forego the advantage on it. I'll just do flat nature.
Okay.
That's Omen, but same, it was rolling on Clem.
So, a Festial. The first things first. You, in this space, aside from the rabbit, detect no sign of any kind of ichor, of paw prints, of claws. You detect no sign of sporage. This area has not even been touched by normal wildlife. And as you look at the staff, this thing looks pristine. You're not even sure. It looks like driftwood, but it's doesn't look like it has been dealt any sort of wear or damage. With that 15 nature check, similarly but more expansive, you detect zero sign of any fungal anything, not even like normal fungal life in this area. You also see, again, no sign of sporage. You don't see any sort of sign of decay of any kind in this area, Clem. You also notice that the trees, and I'll say that Festival, you kind of see this as well, the trees look extremely healthy.
Clem would almost tenderly like put a hand on the tree in front of them and just kind of say, This is a rather peaceful glade. It reminds me of the forest I grew up in.
It is odd. It's almost too serene here. I don't know about you, but I don't see
Almost.
any signs of no decay, no fungus, no spores, no anything.
Perhaps it is the staff's doing. It could be magical. Looks it.
That wouldn't surprise me. And with that, he's gonna bend down and pick it up.
Amazing. You do feel almost a warmth to the wood. Not like it's odd because it doesn't feel like something's burning, but it does feel warm. Like there's an energy to it. And I'm going to message you what it does.
Oh. I'd say while that's going on, Branson would look to
Yeah.
Leina and just go, it seems as though the ones in contact with each other seem to go together. We should probably hold on to one another, as he just walks over and puts a hand on their shoulder.
You have to fumble around a bit to find her, but she's right there.
Okay, I just had an image of like a different pair doing this in front of you and you seeing it doesn't work. So one of you are like, okay, you have to carry me, Leina.
Well, Leina or Clem are probably the only people in the party possibly capable.
Certainly couldn't hurt to
Alright,
try.
shall I read?
That
Oh,
is
yeah,
up
yeah,
for
yeah,
you for you to decide
Ooh.
whether or not you share what you have discovered, or if you want to wait and role play it out at a later time.
Ooh, good question.
Thoughts? I'm good either way.
I think it would be cool to reveal it to everyone in a dramatic moment.
I
Yeah.
think
Okay.
so too.
Dramatic.
Alrighty. But yeah, you feel an immediate connection to that staff. Feels good in the hands.
Well, I think this might assist us very greatly moving forward. He'll kind of look around at whatever lingering mist there might be. Thank you for this.
There is no response, but you get the sense that your gratitude has been heard.
Clem would smile at you, like give you a kind of, and it's not like they're like beaming at you. They don't really turn towards you, but I think with your passive perception, you would kind of catch her kind of looking at you, and with a little bit of a somewhere between proud and contented smile.
And as we pan over, Leina and Branson, what
I would
say
say
you?
We're gonna go through that portal.
Together?
Yeah.
I think that might be the best bet.
Gonna hold
Though in my-
hands?
Not
I
on
would say
stream.
Branson puts his hand on his shoulder, but in my heart of hearts, this is how we actually go in because we both want to be battle ready.
Yep.
For those in chat, I'm posting Mecha Shiva.
Iconic.
But yeah, do you want to do the roll, Skelly?
Sure, if we are gonna be the same result this
Yeah.
way.
Yep. You got to make physical contact, but if you make physical contact, I'll allow it.
I roll 1d8.
Ooh.
8?
Okay. Okay. And as the mist swirls around you both, you find yourself surrounded by. That's odd. It's a clearing, almost. Though you do see brambles and roots sticking out.
I suppose we should try to investigate this area wherever we've ended up.
True, though. Just to be safe, as Branson, using all of his lessons learned, is just going to hold out his hand. Small bolt of lightning. Sacred flame the brambles.
Okay. Yeah, they light up, and Rosvan, you actually see a flash of light peer from around the corner.
Ignoring all of his instincts to do so, otherwise he will run towards the light.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not senses activate.
Here is what you find.
And it does make sense, though. The like flash of light would probably be very familiar to Rosvan at that point because it is Branson's.
Oh yeah,
specifically.
it's lightning. As you pause though at this little, you can just hop over the stream. It's not like difficult terrain even. Interestingly enough though, Rosvan, as you approach it, there are a couple things that immediately catch your eye. Number one, there's fish in this little pond. There's also a floating bottle in this little pond. And you see what appears to be an out campfire.
Does the bottle look broken?
Nope. And it has something in it.
Then his ADHD brain would get the better of him and he'll stop at the bottle.
I have a question for
Relatable.
you.
I probably have an answer.
Oh, I know you have an answer. What kind of wine is in it?
Oh! You know it's rosé. We're going back, we're high-fiving the mist.
Yo, demon, thank you.
I would like you to add a fully corked, full bottle of rosé wine to your inventory.
I like that, like a little tendril hand of like mist comes out
Yep.
and just gives you like a low five, high five, like combo.
Listed in my inventory is corked up bottle of rosé.
Oh, if it was like if it was a Sauvignon Blanc or something, it could be corked up white wine.
True.
You do hear, the two of you in the mist, do hear the sound of running water, and you hear the sound of splashing.
Right. Branson will head up first, and having seen that the branches didn't seem to have any life in them, he'll just use thaumaturgy to put them out before he starts a forest fire.
Absolutely.
They'll just be like, "Oh, Razvan, where did you find the bottle of wine?"
Perhaps this place is not so bad. So he pockets the bottle of rosé.
Yeah.
Branson, meanwhile, is just doing the super old meme Jackie Chan what the fuck face.
I think it. Did not find the others around your corner.
Dead end. We assumed that
No.
it would.
He's gonna run back into his mist.
Okay. Roll me a d8.
Wait!
Amazing.
You don't go anywhere. The mists swirl around you. You disappear for a moment, and you are put right back in
I
place.
love the idea of you sprinting this direction and like a millisecond later sprinting this direction just because
I
it
know,
like
he just
spits
formed
you right
random
back
stuff.
out.
Oh. That didn't work. What if I run
We
the other way?
noticed. Wait,
He's just gonna sprint past you.
Yeah.
wait,
Roll
no!
me another d8.
If it was a 3, I was gonna cry.
Oh my god. All right.
The 3
And you
would have been so good.
It would have been so funny. And you vanish in front of both of them. As you come to, the first thing that I need to ask from you before I reveal the area is I need a Constitution saving throw.
Four.
If it'll work. As the mists reveal to drop you right into a giant cloud of spores, you find yourself surrounded by bones and mushrooms as you take 2 points of poison damage.
Razvan, remembering that he's breathing and he doesn't need to, is going to stop breathing.
Okay.
And will attempt to just get on the edge of the mist and then run back in, but I don't want to take up too much time, so let other people do things.
Absolutely, I'll go ahead and roll the d8, but then I'm going to jump over
I swear
back
to
to
fuck.
Clem and Festial.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, down here. Down here in my bottom left. Would you like to go somewhere else?
The Clem and Festial, you mean?
Yeah.
I would kind of reach out for Omen to climb up my arm, and I would look at Festial. Well, it appears we determined that if you travel into the mist together, it allows you to continue. Do you see an exit out of this glade other than the mist?
Do we?
No. You are surrounded by trees and brambles.
Well, that'll be a no.
I hold out my hand to you. Then together into the mist we go.
He will take your hand and nod.
I will hold Festial's hand.
Yeah!
And we will step into the mist. You can
All
roll.
right. D8, please. No?
Are you rolling or should I roll? You were leading.
Oh, I
so
thought I said you go ahead, but my bad. I
I
can
did
do it
not
if you
do
don't
that.
want.
I
Okay.
can roll.
Go, do it, Captain.
2! This is fun. This is very fun. Because I'm going to transport all y'all at the same time. Working on it.
It's
Stand
fine.
by.
The
Wait,
anticipation.
I have to ask, was Omen on anybody?
Oh,
I
Clem had
did
Omen.
mention that Omen climbed onto my shoulder.
Cool. I must have missed that. My apologies. Just double checking because otherwise Omen has to roll their own d8.
Yeah, no, Omen. I held up my arm for like Omen to
Yeah,
climb
Omen's
on,
left.
and yeah, we're good.
So as the two of you appear, someone else also appears with you. Razvan, you've officially found Clem and Ephestial.
But Razvan,
I don't want to talk about it. He's gonna run.
Wait!
He's gonna assume they got here already. Like this is the first place they went to.
well, let's stick together, and if we enter the mists again, we'll all just hold hands.
All right, and Branson and Leina, are you two just shrugging?
We just kind of like look at each other and think, well, I guess Razvan looked over there already. Should we try the mists again?
Branson face palms for a moment. You just hear under his breath, "That man will be the death of me." And he's just like, he holds out his hand. There will be hand holding, and we'll head back into the mist.
Okay.
Hand holding.
Roll a 4, 6, and 7. I gotta know what else is in here.
All right, I'll roll this time. Oh no, number 8.
Yeah.
This corridor just like fucking with people.
You end up in the
Sounds
same
fun tunnel.
location. Again, you run into the mist, and you immediately end up right where you came out.
You're relishing this, aren't you?
Just a little bit.
This is my second time getting this treatment. I just want to point this out.
Listen, I thought it would be fun.
We get a little fun with the horrors, just a
A
little.
little fun with the horrors to kind of decompress after a really heavy couple of sessions.
Branceless.
But yeah, Leina will be like, I guess let's try again, I suppose.
All right, do you
All
want to roll?
right.
Yeah, I'll roll this time.
I just want to imagine off in their part of the glade, all the other people just hears a loud in the distance.
No, and they absolutely do hear it, by the way.
Y'all are
the three of them
trapped.
do
Y'all are
hear it.
absolutely just fucking trapped.
Oh my god.
All right, where are we getting the Gothic Benny Hill track in here?
It's so narratively fitting that the mist was so kind to Omen and Clem. Like,
Yeah!
it's so fitting.
No, it is, and like I know Branson has deliberately like antagonized the miss like repeatedly. I promise you, this is all the dice.
This is so
I know.
good.
I love it when dice tell a story.
All right.
All right.
Let's see if we get a new one. I'll roll this time.
Okay.
All right. You know what?
You can't make this shit up. You can't.
I feel like Leia's just in like this some revenge shit.
Someone clip this.
I stomped off angrily just to get a Dr. Pepper. I'm fine.
Oh my god.
All right. Last one for good measure. Come on, Leina.
Yeah, you gotta go back and forth now.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
Let me just...
All right.
No. fucking way.
I gotta read this out. Normally I don't like looking at chat. Bubba Lubba Ding Dong reads, "The GM forgives, but the miss always remember."
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
God, I'm fucking crying.
I love D&D. All right. How about this? I'll roll the D8 this time.
Okay.
All
If
right.
you roll a
Yeah.
second. Oh my god!
I think they're stuck.
Yeah, that's it. All
Oh my
right.
God, you
We're
guys-
creating new characters. We're done.
So,
Yep.
Captain, I'm thinking about starting a time share here. Feels like it's going to be here a while.
It's gonna be
Maybe
there.
I can teach. Maybe you could teach me a language.
Yeah. Let's sit down,
Crying.
make ourselves comfortable.
I think the most
We have,
fun
in
at our
this
expense.
time, lit a fire, kicked back, poured the wine.
We have plenty of time to practice our patty cake routine.
Oh yes, patty cakes.
All right, I'm using real freaking dice this time. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh my god.
No. All right. I got a 6.
Okay.
You know, even if that's a lie, we just need to move on.
No, it's true. It's true. It is a bona fide 6. You're absolutely right. We do need to move on, but I promise you it's a bona fide 6.
DM
All
grabs
right.
the party.
Just
I
the hand of
need-
God scoops them up and drops them.
You're fucking right. I'm
I'm imagining a Monty Python animation with just the paper cut, reaches down, picks them up, moves them.
Yeah. I do in fact need a Constitution saving throw from both Leina and Branson.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh.
You guys need to stop rolling 3s and 8s.
10 8s!
What is happening?
At this point, Branson's
I don't
mouth is open from
know.
so much screaming.
I don't know what anyone planned on titling the session tonight, but I'm saying right now that our title just needs to be 3s and 8s.
That's gotta be our raid message, just 3s and 8s.
The ballad,
Threes and
the
eights.
ballad of 38.
The Ballad of 3 and 8. Oh my gosh. All right. Well,
You have to really think about it. 8
As-
and 3 make a funny little face.
they do. Oh, whoa. As the two of you finally emerge, you emerge in an onslaught of spores and black ichor at your feet. As the both of you take 4 points of poison damage.
And I'll be like coughing and just trying to get out of it immediately.
You
Brings us
both,
doubles up.
the 3 of you, hear coughing.
I will take front just in case. Razvan, you cover the flank. If someone goes ahead, and I'm speaking like loudly but not yelling. We mean you no harm, unless you mean us that.
It's us!
Oh, hello.
Also on a
There
second
looks
to
to be a.
miss. I'm kidding.
Ophestiel, is that a skull on a stump?
Yes, it is. And it seems to be pointing in your direction. looking ominously.
And the corner over here is a little dangerous with the spores. Probably take a guess. Maybe that thing laid there.
Either way, if we travel through the mist again, I'm holding onto Clem.
I think it might be a good idea if we all hang on to each other.
Yes, I was going to suggest we link arms. Well,
Did you check that other pathway?
what other pathway? North of us.
Yes.
Not really. No, we heard you down here and
Allow
came
me.
down. Oh,
Give me just a second. I had to find you. It appears to connect to where you started.
Seeing that. It appears it seems to go back the way we were.
There's a visible vein in Branson's forehead throbbing.
Are we sure the creature is here?
It could be moving through the mist like we have been.
it would make sense. Those spore patterns that you see, and I gesture towards where you two came from. They're around where the mists are. Perhaps could have been intermixed when it traveled through. Perhaps we just need to find the right exit.
Alright. We head up towards the north here. I'll place a hand on someone's shoulder and step in.
As a group,
Leina.
Oop, forgot to move my token. Sorry about that.
There we go. And as the five of you step into the mists, you find yourself emerged, surrounded by a hollowed out stump and a giant wicker tree covered in mushrooms. Black ichor surrounds all of you, and orange and yellow spores take to the air. And as you emerge, you hear the sound of clicking bones. Finally, seeing the trail for what it is, and knowing that just around the bend, you will likely find the monster you've been hunting. That is where we are going to end tonight's session.
Crap.
hold up real quick. I just have to see what 4 and 7 are, and I run in and out of the mist like a bunch of
What numbers are you talking about?
the CRPG player brain just like, I must know.
I need closure.
Branch just looks up at the sky. Is like, is this what it was like to be Humphrey?
Oof.
I would hope
More
not.
ca-
That's tragic.
Your
Tragic
ass
endings.
grows 5 sizes immediately when you ask that.
But yeah, no.
Good session, y'all.
Oh yeah.
And Good times.
Oh! Thank you very much, Buttons.
Hi, Buttons.
Oh
Thank you,
shit!
Buttons.
That was incredibly kind of you. Thank you for the 5 gift subs, Buttons, and I'm glad you enjoyed the time.
Very kind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, I see a couple names I recognize in that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. More than a few friends.
Hi, Clary.
Future Clary's just like, oh!
I mean,
Yeah.
I see her in that list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my intrepid heroes, shall we go around the horn and de-introduce ourselves?
Yee. Well, I find someone for us to raid.
Well, if I
Also
go with
Phil
number
89. I see them a lot.
If I go with number 3 on the list, that isn't Vaughn, that's me. So, hi! You can find me all over the internet at TixDixel, where sometimes I'm posting art, and sometimes I'm hanging out in other people's streams, and sometimes I'm streaming on my own channel. We got Mondays at Leah's channel, we got Fridays at Distortion Devil's channel, we've got Saturday here again, and then also on my channel. Got a lot going on. But I really appreciate y'all being here, and I really appreciate y'all playing with me. So that's me. Thank you. We don't have an 8. I'm gonna pass the skull to. I am gonna roll the die on this one. I'm gonna pass the skull to Skelly.
All right, what's up, y'all? My name's Scaly Alpha. I go by that on Twitch and Blue Sky. I stream just about every day of the week. I try to stream as much tabletop stuff as I can and get involved in as much tabletop stuff as I can. I otherwise fill the other gaps of time with art, fun survival blocky style games like Minecraft and Vintage Story, and doing a bunch of collabs. So if you like any of that stuff, feel free to stop on by. Tomorrow's going to be mostly just watching analog horror stuff on Pal GG Mars's channel. I'll make sure to link that on Blue Sky and Twitch when we start that. And the main thing is Thursday, we're nearly wrapping up Paper Mario and the Cosmic Caper, which is a Paper Mario themed Dungeons and Dragons game over on my channel every Thursday. That's really it for me. If you're rolling dice, roll somebody else. Or I can roll dice. Wait, what do you want me to do? Hang on.
No, I got it.
You got it?
Next up is Leah.
Hi, I am Leah at Amusing Thalia on Blue Sky and Twitch. You can find me, my channel Mondays, Nowhere for Now Tuesdays, with Gaius at Gaius Ghost Paws on Wednesdays. If you like superhero stuff, I got that here on the opposite Sundays and on my channel on Thursdays. Friday, Cazador's Guide at Distortion Devil, and Saturday, Nothing for Now. Then Sunday back here, pretty much every weekend moving forward. So if you like my nonsense, there is more of it. Keep the roll going.
Next up is Zan.
Hey, that's me, Zan. You can catch me, what I'm up to, everything I do when I do it over on my Blue Sky. But considering I already shield, allow me to take a moment to just say, if no one's told you I love you, allow me to be the first today. I love you very much. Thank you for being here and sharing your time with us. That's me. I don't know who's left.
Kaz.
Here you go, Kaz.
That'd be me. Hi, Kaz. You can find me at Kaztastrophe, Kaz on Blue Sky and Instagram. Forgot my name for a second. You can also find me at Sarcastic Vision on Instagram and Blue Sky. I'm doing a whole lot of crafting stuff, the occasional art. I don't know what I'm doing most of the time, but if you want to figure it out, you can figure it out at one of those places, and that will be it for me. So that just leaves our fearless leader, Vaughn.
Oh Lord, don't put that evil on me. But yeah, hi, you've already found me here at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on Blue Sky and YouTube at Burnout Vaughn, over on Patreon at Burnout's Bar. Yeah, a lot of what I'll be in this week has already been said by people, but to reiterate, tomorrow, hopefully over on Leah's channel for Near Replicant. Then on Saturday, we return with more of The Devil with me, Saris, and Zako, as we possibly become mob lawyers. So, possibly going up in the world, question mark. And then following that, we will have the first official session streamed of Threadbare Suits, where, again, if you like some superhero nonsense, trust me, we've got you covered. But with that out of the way, I say, since they were so kind to raise before, why don't we wrap it around back and raid on over into Connor. And I think it's pretty much set on the fact our raid message will be fear the 8s and 3s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the
type that.
bite of 83?
Stop.
It's gotta be Bite of 83, right?
It's the new
Like,
6-7.
Yeah.
It's 8-3.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Bite of 83. Just like, let me retype it. Bite of 83. There you go. All right. Thank you all for coming out. We will see you again in 2 weeks' time. Thank you. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Fare thee well.